is fake, and in what way are you dealing with it?
Yeah, personally, all we have to do is really just stop, and just like you do, is break them down frame by frame on the footage that the mass media provides to us themselves, and we can see things. And I'm sure, and I've heard that you were once an actor yourself, an extra on sets, were you not?
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I got what I call crisis eyes, is I can see through it because we've worked on professional studio Hollywood. I worked on the NBC series Revolution, where they brought a lot of this into the forefront. I think is coming, and they actually introduced me to the smart dust nanos that they actually used in there. Nobody could understand what that was about, but now I know. But anyway, being on that set and playing a Texas Ranger on the show Revolution taught me everything I needed to know about moulage, about the actors, about the sets, about the things that are right, the things that are wrong. And we see in these actors in these shows that we're seeing very bad B actors, if not C, and they're missing all the things that we're able to catch, where a normal producer on a set would have caught those things and corrected them before they went to production.
Mm-hmm.
You were once an actor yourself, an extra on sets, were you not?
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I got what I call crisis eyes, is I can see through it because we've worked on professional studio Hollywood. I worked on the NBC series Revolution.
Okay, this should be a pretty interesting video. I've been looking into Peekay's acting career more. He's an actor. And just like every wannabe, like I said, behind every COINTELPRO agent is a wannabe actor or musician. And the fact that not only was he acting in anything, but he was acting in one of the most bizarre movies. It's called Knowing with Nicolas Cage. The whole movie is about numerology, terrorism, potential terrorist attacks, numbers being used to be able to predict these attacks, people that know they're about to happen. And so not only that, but he is featured in a scene where there is a potential terrorist attack, and he is there when the smoke is literally still flying, and he is a police officer, it appears, and he's carrying somebody out of a scene. He also plays a bystander that holds back a woman. He's literally Nicolas Cage's right-hand man while he's walking to his right in the scene leading up to the terrorist attack. He's just obviously supposed to be a civilian, but it's just interesting how Peekay 22 is walking next to Nicolas Cage in the movie Knowing. Is it not? I mean, am I off base for pointing this stuff out? But he's shown a few times throughout this build-up to the subway terrorism scene that ends with what appears to be, rubble panning up. It's saying there's been a potential terrorist attack, and then showing the American flag. You don't have to have a background in cinematography to understand this is obviously a subliminal 9/11 reference. Terrorism, smoke clearing, the rescue workers gathered around up to the American flag. And this is the scene that Peekay's in. And this is right before he started his stuff in the supposed crisis actor, the Jewish crisis actor videos that he's been making regarding false flag attacks. He kind of forgets to mention that he was in this disaster scene regarding terrorism with Nick Cage in most of his videos, because, you'd think he would mention that more, seeing as how that would give him an upper hand, and obviously some experience with these events. So, I find it more than a coincidence that a man with the last name Kuznir, Kuznir, is calling out Jewish actors when that appears to be exactly what he is.
I don't even want to talk about this bullshit about me being a supposed actor. I am just a nobody extra.
That you were once an actor yourself, an extra on sets, were you not?
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I got what I call crisis eyes, is I can see through it because we've worked on professional studio Hollywood. I worked on the NBC series Revolution. You were once an actor yourself, an extra on sets, were you not?
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I got what I call crisis eyes, is I can see through it because we've worked on professional studio Hollywood. I worked on the NBC series Revolution, where they